Hello, welcome to Mindfulness for Little Calm. This is day 21, and we're just going to do a recap of the last week of points we covered. So in the last week, we kind of covered stress from a mindful perspective, how from a mindful perspective, we view stress very much as an overload stimulus, and we encourage people as you go through your day to kind of be getting a sense of how much stimulus you're experiencing, what's going on, and keep benchmarking yourself as you go through the day, how you're doing. We talked this week about muscle memory and about how being aware of your body in mindfulness is really important. Mindfulness is not just about being mindful in your mind, it's about having a mindful body, a sense of how your body is doing. And you do that by just taking them away. You allow yourself to focus on it and settle with it and see how that feels. We've talked about the importance of that body awareness being the start of being more mindful during the day, so that when you're out and about as life, it's choosing where you to put your attention, and it's choosing to put your attention on how you're doing and to manage that every day a little bit better. We talked in the last week about getting comfortable with your practice and how actually the key to getting comfortable with something is to make it is a mixture of familiarity and technique. The most important thing is that familiarity is really important. If you want to get comfortable with anything, you get more familiar with it. You don't have to get better at something. It's kind of having a go. So the more that you do the mindfulness, the more it becomes part of a technique that you are comfortable doing, the more you will settle into the process, the more you will feel you are doing the technique just by repetition. And we touched on mindful emotions and the importance with mindfulness of being aware of where our emotions are at any one point. Our emotions determine most of the decisions we make, so it's really a good idea to have a sense of how you're feeling and to pay attention to how you're feeling at different times. I'm just noticing it's getting brighter behind me as the sun sort of comes out. I'm trying it in a different room today with a different microphone, so please bear with me if I suddenly go blurry or dark or something. At any one point of the day, you are experiencing an emotion. You're experiencing the emotion is your connection to the world at that time. And lots of the time, those emotions move freely and easily, and that's great. And sometimes they don't. And sometimes we're left with emotion that we are kind of chewing over all day, and we come to sit to do a mindful practice, or we go to spend time with our family, or come to the end of the day, and we can't get past something that happened earlier in the day. Those are great things. Mindfulness doesn't have the answers to people's lives. It doesn't have, it's not the way of making your life perfect or better, but it is about changing your relationship to your life in really subtle ways. So, for example, you will know that there will have been times in your life where there's something coming up. You're supposed to go out tonight to a party or to a dinner or to catch up with somebody, and you really, really don't want to go. And you could cancel, but it's a pain. So you think you'll go, perhaps I'll go and I'll see how quickly I can get away. And then other times you'll say, well, if I have to go, I may as well enjoy myself as much as I can. And you absolutely know that whether you set out to enjoy yourself as much as you can or see how quickly you could leave, those decisions will affect how much you enjoyed the event. And mindfulness is very much about just that. It's about being aware of the space you put yourself in before and as you're doing things, so you have more conscious control over them, so you can more decide to go, actually, I'm not going to worry about this, or I'm not going to carry this with me, or I'm going to take a bit more time, or I really do feel tired. Whatever it is, mindfulness is more about expanding that awareness of what you are taking in situations. So we're going to do a practice now. We'll do a full-bodied breathing practice today. So, as ever, start by making sure you feel comfortable and settled, and just take a moment to Just settle yourself. And then allow your attention to move to your feet. Allow yourself to be aware of your feet and notice your feet. And really have a sense of sensation and awareness of how your feet feel. And then as you're doing that, if you can close your eyes, so it heightens your attention on your feet. And then you draw your attention from your feet to your knees. And allow yourself to be aware of your knees and how they feel. And then draw your focus up to your seat. Really have a sense of your seat. Really be aware of your seat and what it feels like to be sitting. And then allow your awareness to go to your low back. Really focus on your low back. And then draw your attention to your upper back and notice how that area feels. Then draw your attention to your shoulders and notice how your shoulders feel. The front part of your shoulders and the top of your shoulders and the back of your shoulders. And just really take a moment to notice how your shoulders feel. Then draw your focus into your arms and notice how your arms feel as they rest at the sides of your body. Just notice what surfaces they come in contact with and how they feel. Then allow your focus to move to your hands and notice how your hands feel as they rest on your body. Just notice the sensation of whatever surfaces your hands are touching. And then allow your awareness to move to your head. And just notice your head and how it feels as it rests on your shoulders. And then draw your attention to your breath. Really notice your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Allow yourself to be fully aware of your breath and just focusing on that. Following the rhythm of your breath, following its flow as you breathe in and as you breathe out. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. Not trying to change your breathing rhythm, not trying to make the breaths deeper or quicker or slower. Just noticing what your breathing rhythm is and following that breath as you breathe in and out. And as you follow your breath, breathing in and breathing out, allow yourself to become aware as you breathe in and out of how your chest rises and falls with each breath. Just notice how the chest rises and falls with every breath. Still focusing on your breath, but just being aware of that movement too. The rise and the fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. Don't try and change it. Don't try and exaggerate it. It can be a subtle movement, but it's there. And then as you breathe in and out, I'd like to be aware of how your diaphragm moves as you breathe in and out. Now the diaphragm is the bottom part of the lung cavity, so it's the bottom part of the breath. So as you breathe in, you'll feel it expand at the bottom part of your chest, at the bottom of your ribs. And just allow yourself to be aware as you breathe in and out of how your diaphragm expands as you breathe in and relaxes as you breathe out. Expands as you breathe in and relaxes as you breathe out. And then I'd like you to be aware of your ribs down the side of the body, underneath the armpits, or down along the side of the body, along the armpits. And I'd like you to be aware of the ribs at the side of the body here, and how as you breathe in and out, how they expand and contract with each breath too. Expanding as you breathe in and relaxing as you breathe out. So be aware of the ribs at the very side of the body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then I'd like you to be aware of how your shoulders rise and fall with every breath. Just notice as you breathe in and out, following your breath, how your shoulders rise and fall with each breath. But not just the top of your shoulders, the whole of the shoulder blade. If you pay attention, you'll notice very gently that it rises with each breath and then relaxes with each exhale. So just notice how the whole of your shoulders rise and fall with each breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then I'd like you to put all those parts together. So as you breathe in and out, your chest expands and contracts, your diaphragm expands and contracts, your ribs at the side of the body, your shoulders at the back of the body, and the top of the chest. So imagine the whole of the chest cavity is like a ball. And as you breathe in, you expand in all directions, up, down, front, back, left, right. You expand in all directions. And then as you relax your breath, you contract. You relax in all directions. And just be aware how full that breath is as you breathe in and out. And how you feel that area expand as you breathe in. And then relax as you breathe out. Like a ball expanding as you breathe in. And then relaxing as you breathe out. And then as we come towards the end of the practice, allow your attention to move from your breath back to your head. Keeping your eyes closed, just notice how your head feels as it rests on your shoulders. Notice how the front part of your head feels, and the sides of your head, and the back of your head. And just take a moment to really be aware and focused on how your head feels. Then allow your attention to move to your shoulders and really focus on how your shoulders feel. The front of your shoulders and the top of your shoulders and the back part of your shoulders. To know how your shoulders feel. And then allow your awareness to move to your arms and focus on your arms and how they're resting. The sensation of your arms as they touch the body or they rest against the body. Allow yourself to be aware of how focused you are on your arms and how settled your arms feel. Then allow your awareness to go to your hands and take a moment to allow yourself to be aware of how your hands feel, how they feel against the surfaces they make contact with, and just how settled they feel. Then allow your awareness to move to your upper back and notice how your upper back feels. And then allow your attention to move to your mid-back and focus how your mid-back feels. And then draw your attention to your low back and really focus on how your low back feels. Allow your focus to move to your seat and really be aware of your seat and how it feels to be sitting, how steady it feels and how supported you feel, and how good it is to be sitting. And allow your attention to move to your seat and from your seat to your knees, and notice how your knees feel. And then allow your attention to move to your feet and notice how your feet feel and how steady they feel and how reliable they feel. Come to the end of the practice, you can open your eyes when you're ready. So I hope that was helpful. And that was a review of the last week. And tomorrow I'm going to start by doing some mindfulness for beginner stuff because I realize I have some very simple, just for beginners sets. So the next week I'm going to do some very simple mindfulness for beginner stuff. Same format. And I hope you have a good day and have a go at repeating this breathing one into the idea of a ball in the chest that expands. I find it a particularly good one for me at times. So have a play and have a good day. Bye-bye.